Has government itself shown enough commitment?
Okay, if I may come in before my other colleagues.
Yes, I said you should start, actually.
Yes, I think that is where the problem is. And that is why the resistance from domestic creditors has intensified. Because government, the moral hazard of it is such that domestic commercial creditors cannot accept the debt estate because the government hasn't demonstrated its own commitment to burden sharing. So whilst government talks more about burden sharing, they do less. And you can see that in the budget you just mentioned. You can see the same government that claims needs to cut expenditure. Expenditure has actually gone up significantly in the 2023 budget compared to 2022. We have not seen any steps from government to downsize the size of government in a debt-induced macroeconomic instability like this. The least government can do is to show lean government as a way of courting creditors to the table. But government hasn't done that. So government hasn't shown enough commitment to burden sharing, and therefore you don't have the moral right actually to ask creditors to come and participate in the burden sharing. That said, the other bit that is of a concern and why some economists do not agree with the debt cancellation campaign by Action Aid, Oxfam, Debt Justice, and the rest of them, is that while governments go take this expensive debt from the international capital market, from BlackRock and the others, they actually don't invest them in the productive sectors of the economy that would benefit the poor. Oftentimes, these expensive debts are used to fund consumption with implicit corruption. Okay? And therefore, when we take this debt, we are unable to use it to enhance the cash flow generating capacity of the economy, and therefore the economic crashes.
Right.
Of course, the interest rate at which you borrow has implications for productivity growth, whether at the private sector level or at the public sector level. But in the case of Ghana and many other African countries, there's so much abuse of borrowed funds, and therefore we have very little to show for it. And that is why they think that the idea of debt cancellation should not be an agenda item, maybe probably an AOB. But
Okay.
if you look at the effect of the debt-induced macroeconomic instability on the poor, inequality, the marginalized, and the socially excluded, then these international development organizations with particular focus on ending poverty, reducing inequality, then they tend to highlight that, yes, if we could throw the baby away with the dirty water, if we look at it, that government should be punished. Because on the average, government doesn't get punished. As you can see in the case of Ghana, government is not showing much burden sharing, and they are pushing disproportionately the burden sharing to creditors, even including pensioners.
Right.
Can you imagine?
Right.